Hey, good day, good day, good day, good day. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, share, support. I was once the problem. Now what I'm seeking to do, right my wrong, become part of the solution. You know what? This is something totally different, man. I was watching Math Hoffa. Hey, shout out to Math. Like, basically right now, everybody knew what he went through in the beginning of the year. I guess he lost the main barbershop that he had in Manhattan. And look, people thought it was the end. But you know what? That brother kept fighting. He kept striving. Now he got another barbershop and looked better than his last barbershop. And he's conducting, great content. Right now is that Chris Gotti. If y'all haven't seen that interview, go check it out. When he talking to Chris and he asking him about, Irv Gotti, so rest in peace. And he's speaking about how it was major red flags that Irv could have, take care of himself, go to the doctor, address the situation, opposed to letting get out of hand that caused to his death. Hey, I'm telling everybody out there, man, woman, it doesn't matter what race. Listen, go to the doctor, go get your physical, go get checked out. Don't be afraid. And see, that's the difference. A lot of times right now is, here it is, we feel we invincible. Nobody invincible, man. So listen to this, and right now I'll be.
The potato chips, the candy bar. You don't have to eat the Chinese food. You don't have to eat it, bro. Right. You don't have to eat it.
I kind of moved it out the way.
Yeah.
He's still pointing at it.
Yeah, you don't have to. Hey, you don't have to drink that juice. You don't have to drink that juice. No one's got a hammer to your head like eat it or drink it.
Yeah.
These are personal choices.
Right.
My pops, he had the same problem with diabetes, but he was 86. See, Irv, he wasn't 86. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro, you 54. You supposed to be here.
I mean, what were the red flags initially?
I laugh because it's big flags. These ain't little red flags. These are huge red flags,
Right.
Irv lost his toe. He went to a trip to San Tropez with his family, put on them boat shoes, you know what I'm saying? And just got a cut on his toe. When you're diabetic, you don't stop bleeding. He bleeding for, Irv don't want to go to the doctor. He's bleeding a long time. He come to the house. Me and him pull up at the house at the same time. It's crazy. And he get out of Uber. And I'm like, what's up? And he's limping. I'm like, what's wrong, man? What's going on? And he said, oh, man, I cut my toe. I say, what's that smell? The shit was stank as ever. He said, yeah, the Uber driver was complaining the whole way.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, Irv is crazy, bro. He's one of one.
Right.
And when he came in the house, my sister, she seen it, and then that's the day she called the doctor or the nurse. We called our nurse come to the house. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you got to take him to the hospital. He got to get this toe amputated or something. If he don't, it might be his foot. It might be his leg. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? So that's how long, and I'm just giving you the quick version, but that's how long before he even had it addressed. Like, he was soaking it and cleaning it, but he didn't, when you can't look at the bottom of your foot, let someone look at for you. When my sister cleaned it up for him, she's like, I don't know if I could just put a Band-Aid on this. It was down to the bone, like it was bad. And he was like, nah, I just wrap that shit up. Irv crazy, yo. He's like, yo, just wrap that shit up. I'm all right, yo. Fuck that.
I got my little zombie toe going.
We grew up, we hated, like, again.
So as y'all can see, to me, Irv could have preserved his life if he would have got the proper treatment. And not only that, a lot of times people don't understand, when you have diabetes, you're diabetic, you have to watch what you eat, man. You have to. We are what we eat. So we got a bunch of poison going into our body, poison in, poison out. And once again, had he addressed his situation and took heed and ate properly, work out, stay away from the junk food, stay away from sugar. Right now, he probably still would have been amongst the living. It's nothing wrong with going to these doctors, man, getting your check out. Because at the end of the day right now is, guess what? Especially when you got family, especially, you can't be selfish, just think about you. You got to think about your wife, your kids, right now, your grandkids, your mother, your father, your aunties, your uncles. You got to think about your grandparents, whoever. But once again, like I told you right now, man, rest in peace, Irv Gotti. Once again, shout out to Math, shout out to Chris. Great interview. Clean, positive, and right now is, guess what, knowledgeable. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, support. I'm the real Brian Glaze Gibbs.
Associated himself with probably the most ruthless and notorious cocaine crack enterprise in the city, that being Howard Happy Mason and Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols.
NYPD rookie police officer was murdered, executioner style. And as I'm listening, I'm like, whoa.
You actually dealt with Brian Glaze, huh?
I dealt with him years ago, back in the 80s, early 90s. I was where he was arrested by my partner back in those days for several murders himself.
Not bad. I was given to me by a police officer in New York called Matt Byrne, whose son was gunned down by these drug dealers up there in New York City.
Glaze was probably within the top 10 people in the city, but I'm going to say that he was probably one of the top 2 or 3 in Brooklyn. Drug dealers, and controlled the drug organization.
And you know what I did? When I got the phone, I told my man, the next time we see him, he's out of here.
Yeah.
Less than 12 hours, that nigga was dead.
Is this the second person you murdered?
No, because like right now, if you're going by the timeline, by that time there's a few more before him.
You know, I heard so many good things about you. What I really like is, I know you're a tough guy. And I've known that for quite a while, and you changed your life, and you're coming around, and you're right. We're from New York, and we're New Yorkers. No matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you are, you know, we're New Yorkers.
Well, he was a drug kingpin himself. He was a drug lord himself back in those days, and he operated out of Brooklyn and East New York, and you know, he committed a lot of violent acts himself. So if anybody knows the streets, I mean, he knows the streets.
Tottenham. Yeah, you gotta worry about them guys. But we only have to worry about those guys in Vanderveer and stuff. You know, we all knew Glaze and Tottenham, all those guys.
Yeah.
I know Glaze, Supreme Team. What up, Glaze? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, inside the mind of the...
Always
My mom used to tell me about the good old days. Gucci velour suits, nice cars and rope chains. A time in the place where everybody had a hustle. Some people had brains, some people had muscle. Some people had both, a dangerous combination. A couple steps ahead of any sticky situation. Know when to make the move and know when to stay and be patient. And just because you're flesh and blood doesn't make you related. She used to tell me a story about the amazing Glaze. Him and your pops was like brothers, but that nigga was crazy. Me in early late 80s, Brooklyn.